What is up, people of YouTube? I'm your host Vernon, and this is Finally Fishing. Alright, ladies and gents, at the end of the year, I like to have a look back at the year and see what fish we did manage to catch out there, picking my top 10 favorite catches, and this year we're going to do the same. So let's get to the list. Number 10.
Oh, nice long one.
There we are, another channel catfish landed. Quickly gonna weigh him. So this is a 5.9 kilogram. That's a 13-pound channel catfish. So my new PB for catfish. Alright, so slightly smaller than the wife's catfish. Not a big problem. I'm gonna have lots of chances to catch some more catfish. But happy for both of us to get on some fish today. But we've had this fish out of the water for long enough. Let's get him back to the water.
Number 9.
Alright, ladies and gents, we're on a fish. Looks to be a yellow perch. Quickly want to just boat flip him. Lovely colors on this one. Definitely going to be my new PB. Alright, so the wife has our little fish in the water. We just want to make sure he has oxygen and it's nice and fresh. Quickly want to have a look at him. This is most definitely going to be my new PB yellow perch. Lovely colors on this one. Of course, these fish aren't very big, but that is 0.79 pounds. So 0.35 kilograms. Just getting him back to the water, some more oxygen. We don't want to keep these fish out of the water for too long. Quickly get one good shot of him. Lovely colors, red on the fins, little stripes on there. Lovely specimen, my new PB.
Number 8.
There we go, got a fish. He went for it, but as I set the hook popped out and we got this fish sideways, so not a true catch. But at least he did go for the little lure. Get him with the net. There we are, little striper. Actually, that hook is in his mouth, so we did actually catch this fish. So I can confirm that hook is in his mouth. It was just the line was wrapped around him. Just quickly want a little look at this fish. It's not the biggest little striper, but he was willing to go for my little whopper plopper. Nice to get early morning striper on top water.
Number 7.
Alright, so we finally have a decent smallmouth bass. Don't know whether this line will hold if we try and pick him up over these bars. So I think I'm going to walk this fish to the shallow parts. Got this little fish and a Ned rig. Been swapping to different colors. This one went for the chartreuse color. I've been seeing quite a few of these fish on beds, but it looks like males waiting for the females. I don't think they've spawned yet. They're going into the spawn. This one was in deeper water, not on a bed. We're quickly going to have a look at him and then get some photos and release him. There we go. Lovely little brown bass, smallmouth bass. The patterns on the back turn these fish looking brown rather than the green bass, the largemouth bass. Nice, decent smallmouth, not that fat. Quickly gonna get him some oxygen again.
Number 6.
There we go, guys, decent one. Unfortunately, I left my net in the car at the moment, so let's see if we can land this guy without a net. There we are. A little trout landed. Just want to quickly wet my hands. Yeah. I think I'm going to keep them. Alright guys, not a bad size for this batch of stockers. Was going to release this one, but he's got hooked in the gills a bit, so I'm thinking I'm going to keep this one. We're not going to release him. Finally got him on a little jerk bait.
Number 5.
And it might be a little drum, might be the second species for today. Like I said, we're not going to force this fish in. This is very light line to be fighting a little black drum. Wasn't planning on catching all sorts of different species today. Failed with getting the little goldeye thus far, but happy to get on some fish, even though we're going to have a lot of new species. Alright, there we are, my first black drum ever. Unfortunately, we cannot do a weight measurement on this. My batteries died in my little scale, but it is a decent size one. Even though we're not going to know the true size, I'm sure we'll get some more of these. Looks to be something like 40 centimeters, a little bit over a foot. Alright, but let's get this fish back to the water.
Number 4.
Alright, ladies and gents, our first little fish. Although this is not the species we're targeting today, happy to get a new species on the board. Now, I'm not quite sure whether this is a sauger or a walleye. But it is my first little fish here in Canada. I'll have to look it up online. It's all based on little fin. But once I know what type of fish this is, I'll put the name here. So happy to get on my first fish. Not sure what it is yet, but we'll identify this fish.
Number 3.
I think we have another small fish on. First had to break the little worms down to size. We finally got something. Feeling a bunch of head shakes. Probably another little channel catfish. We won't know until we get it closer in. And it's actually a decent little, looks to be walleye. I have to check the fins and everything. There we are. No black spots on this one, so this is indeed a walleye. This is my first walleye. Just want to get to a proper place where we can release this fish a bit better.
Number 2.
Alright, so this was insane. This little fish hit right next to this little rock here. But we have our first fish for today. Let's quickly see if we can land him. But there we are, first fish landed. Also my first pike. Let's quickly get this fish some oxygen. seeing as how this is my first one, just want to get some measurements on him. This is my new PB for pike. That's at 2.94 pound. That's going to be 1.33 kilograms. Exciting catch, my first pike. It's been a good start here in Manitoba, getting life listers every once in a while. Just want to have a look at this fish. Lovely patterns and colors on them. Happy to get a new life lister. Now let's get this guy back into the water. Number 1. Alright, ladies and gents, been trying to fish for this fish for more than an hour. Been using all sorts of things. Finally managed to get him. This is going to be a new lifer for me. This will be my first black crappie. My first black crappie ever. There we go. Nice dark colors on this one. New lifer, first crappie ever. We're going to get some measurements on this one.
Gorgeous.
Got him
Colors.
on a little crappie jig, having that suspended beneath a bobber. Been trying quite a while to get him. Let's quickly just get him some oxygen. So for 4 years, been fishing Lake Mead, trying to find crappie. Finally got one. Got to see him next to the little tires. Threw a little jig at him, and we finally got one.
Alright guys, that's going to be the end of our list here for today. Hopefully we have a good year next year and do another list. But for now, I'd like to say Happy New Year and thank you for watching. And like always, I'll see you next time.